Okay, so the NFL season is over, and you're probably wondering, I wonder who Ian thinks are the top 10 players of the 2023 NFL season. Just kidding. Nobody is asking that, but you're watching anyway, so I'm going to tell you my top 10 players of the 2023 NFL season. Let's get it. There's nobody less qualified to do these rankings. Your grandma could probably make better rankings than me, but do I care? I don't know, maybe a little bit. But that's besides the point. 10th, no one's going to believe this. You're going to click off the video. 10th, Harrison Butker. I don't even care. A kicker, yes. A kicker is making my top 10 NFL players of the year list. He missed 2 kicks all season. Was super close. He's one of the most, he has balls of steel, man. He is so calm and collected, and he makes fucking everything. And it probably pisses everybody off. He's an underrated legend on the Chiefs currently. Big reason why they win so many Super Bowls, they win so many games, is that because they can win them last second by just nailing a 40-yard field goal. Like, bro was 100% beyond 50 this year. He's top 10 player. I don't care. Moving on to 9th. Micah Parsons, linebacker of the Dallas Cowboys. Need I say more? He is a dominant player. He ate people alive on the field multiple times today. He definitely showed it. He had a total of 14 sacks, 18 tackles for loss, and 1 fumble recovery. Moving on to 8th. I have the defensive player of the year, Myles Garrett. Yeah, I know he's the defensive player of the year. Honestly, I think there's 2 other guys I would have given it to. You'll hear their names called eventually, but nonetheless, Myles Garrett was a very formidable force on that Browns defensive line. He was the foundation of one of the greatest, if not the greatest defenses from this past season. Again, I don't know what I'm talking about, but you look at his stats compared to some of these other guys, I'm putting him a little bit lower. At 7th, I have Max Crosby. This dude is frightening. He is a force to be reckoned with. Don't fuck with him. Fuck! If only the fucking Detroit Lions drafted him. But anyways, that's besides the point. All right, 6th, I have our first offensive player on the list. We have wide receiver CeeDee Lamb for the Dallas Cowboys. He was just short of beating out, there's no good way of saying that, of edging off, of beating out Tyreek Hill for the receiving yard title this season. He did play one more game than Tyreek Hill, so it's a little bit of an inflated stat, but he was definitely the second best wide receiver in the league this year, not counting Justin Jefferson. But I'm not counting Justin Jefferson because he was hurt for so much of the season. I'm like, should I include him on this list? So look, honorable mention to Justin Jefferson. How about that? CeeDee Lamb, I will see you at 6th in my top 10 players of the 2023 NFL season. Moving on. 5th, Trent Williams. I bet you guys did not think you were going to have an offensive lineman on this list. I already know you didn't think you were going to have an offensive lineman on this list. But Trent Williams is one of the most dominant offensive tackles the NFL has ever had. If the 49ers did not have that motherfucker on their offensive line, they'd be trash. Nobody else on that line is that highly graded. It was proven this season. Trent Williams went down in 4 games. There was 4 games which he didn't play a full game. And guess what? The 49ers lost every single one. No, there was 5 because they rested their starters in week 18. So they lost all 5 games that motherfucker didn't play in. Besides the Super Bowl. They lost the Super Bowl, but they barely lost the Super Bowl. Like, that doesn't count. That's the Super Bowl. That's against the Kansas City Chiefs. I already faced the consequences of that. Leave me alone. Trent Williams, one of the most dominant offensive tackles in the league. Moving on. Now, if you thought it was crazy that I had 1 offensive tackle on this list, get ready, because I have another offensive tackle on this list. Penei Sewell, I don't care. Call me biased. Let me hear it. This motherfucker was so goddamn good. You know why people like Nick Bosa, Micah Parsons, they didn't have huge games against the Detroit Lions? You know why they didn't have incredibly great games against the Detroit Lions? It's because of this big-ass motherfucker named Penei Sewell, and he is a badass. He allowed 1 sack the whole year, and he played like almost every game. This motherfucker is... You cannot get by him, except for the one guy that did. And I have no idea who that was, but motherfucker allowed 1 sack, highest graded offensive tackle by Pro Football Focus of the season. He comes in at, what are we on, 4th? Ooh. Excuse me. Anyways, 3rd. Third on this list, we are going back to the defensive side of the ball. It has to be the best defensive player. I'll just spoil it right now. The best defensive player in the league was TJ Watt. I do not care. This dude he's unbelievable. He's unbelievable. Following in his brother's footsteps. 19 sacks, had the most sacks this season. He had 4 forced fumbles. He recovered 3 of them. And he had 19 tackles for loss and an interception and a touchdown. That was a game winner touchdown. He carried their defense. Their defense got me so many fantasy points. And it's because of this motherfucker. It's because of him. It's because of him. He is so good. He should have been Defensive Player of the Year, in my opinion. Nonetheless, I don't know what I'm talking about. So, second, we have another wide receiver. The second best player of the 2023 NFL season was Tyreek Hill. I feel like a lot of people can get behind this. He got hurt this season, which sucks, dude. It sucks because Tyreek Hill had the most yards per game this season. And you want to say, like, if he played like every snap he played fully healthy, I think he would have gotten the 2,000 mark. I really think he would have. He had that Tennessee game that counted as him playing, but he didn't play the whole thing. And then he did miss another game. Oh, man, dude. If he got a full season under his belt, whoo, he was putting up like 150 yards like every week, 200 yards every week. Like, this dude is good, and he's fast as fuck, boy. Like, he is, you can't stop him. You can't stop him. You can't plan for that guy. But there's one more guy that you cannot plan for just as much. Number 1 is Christian McCaffrey. Running back, San Francisco 49ers. By far the best running back in the league. He was the league's leading rusher, and he had 300 more yards than second place Derrick Henry. He is a whole nother level than every other running back in the league. And there was only 3 games this season where he didn't score a touchdown. Dude is a scoring machine. This guy is a menace. He's a menace to society. A bad game for Christian McCaffrey is 90 yards rushing. But he's a dual threat running back. He also he catches. He had 21 total touchdowns. 21. Dude is incredible. And if you would notice, I didn't put a single quarterback on this list. Fight me if you want. I don't think there was a single dominant quarterback this season. Lamar Jackson won the MVP. He was good, yeah, but he's not even like top 10 in passing yards. He wasn't a dominant force, I don't think. I'm not considering him a dominant force. Like, Patrick Mahomes, he's a dominant force in the playoffs, but in the regular season, bro was just granted, his receivers were awful and just dropping everything, but this was an off year for Mahomes, and of course they still won the fucking Super Bowl. They're going to anyways, but it blows my mind. But no quarterbacks on this list. Maybe you hate it, maybe you don't. But if you do, either way, let me know down in the comments below. If you like content like this, make sure to subscribe. I don't know what I'm going to do next, but I'll do something next. So I will see you all in the next one. Take care.